What's up everyone, this is Zaim Siddiqui from Android Dissected, and today I'm going to be reviewing two cases here, S-Line TPU cases. One of them is just a normal TPU case, and one of them has a kickstand here, which is quite sturdy and is really useful if you're using your phone as an alarm clock or if you want to watch movies. Just snaps back into place. So I'm going to start off with this simple TPU case because it's essentially the same thing, but it doesn't have a kickstand. I'm going to put my phone in like that, and you can see already that it fits in perfectly, snaps into place, and it does offer a tiny little lip of protection, so you can put your phone upside down on the table or any flat surface like that. Even if it vibrates, which it just did, it's not going to cause too much of a problem, especially with the screen. On the right side here you have your power button, which is actually covered by a plastic finish, and that helps pressing the button a little easier. Same thing with the volume rocker on the left side, and you have cutouts for your pogo pin dock connector, which is not really useful because you can't use this case in a pogo pin dock anyway. It doesn't really fit. At the bottom you've got your micro USB and your headphone jack cutouts, as well as a microphone, and at the back you've got usual cutouts for your camera, LED flash, microphone at the top, and speakers at the bottom. And you'll notice here, right at the bottom underneath the speaker, you've also got this little bump which you can attach a lanyard or keychain to your case if you still do that, which to be honest no one really does, so unnecessary, but it's nice to have, I suppose. The back of the case is completely flat, you can put it on the table normally, and I do love the design at the back here because it's got a plastic matte finish here and a glossy plastic finish on the right side, and it's got this S as well. And of course this does attract fingerprints, but it's not too big of a deal, and it looks really cool, especially the fusion of two different materials. On either side of the phone, the right and the left, you have this nice sort of grip enhancement, which does make holding the phone quite a lot more comfortable. It doesn't really slip at all, because the Galaxy Nexus, the metal edges do often get a bit slippery when wet. Although, why would they get wet? I suppose if you've got really sweaty hands, and this phone does overheat sometimes, so holding it here, it does get a bit slippery. The other case is the same thing, exactly the same thing, except it's got a kickstand. Kickstand is quite sturdy. I'm going to pop this in. This is a bit tighter than the other phone because of that kickstand, and you can hear it snap into place like that. So essentially it's got all the exact same cutouts, and the design is a bit different. It has a sort of transparent, translucent, see-through finish on the left, which is again plastic, and on the right you've got glossy plastic which attracts fingerprints. And you see that the hinge here, it does stick out from the actual case itself, so putting this on a flat surface like that will cause some problems like that, especially if you get a phone call or it starts vibrating. It's going to have a panic attack and just wobble all over the place. The kickstand here, you can open it up like that, and it stands firmly like that, and it's at the perfect angle if you're going to watch a movie or just read books on your phone or browse the internet, or just use it as an alarm clock on your bedside cabinet. You can of course push this a bit further out if you want it a bit more horizontal, although I am a tiny bit worried about the actual hinge itself. While it does hold the phone perfectly, it does feel a tiny bit fragile, so if you're getting this case, don't get too excited when you flip out the kickstand because it might break. It does pop in and out with a reassuring click like that, and you've got the same grip enhancement on either side of the case, so it's really nice and really comfortable. The only problem with the kickstand is that you can swipe the actual phone normally, but if you use either edge, it does wobble a tiny bit, like you can spin it around completely. I'm gonna close that, and it's really comfortable. It's a good case. It offers fantastic protection. I actually dropped this phone, which I'm actually really sorry to say. I dropped this twice and it just bounced back. Well, it didn't really bounce back, it sort of did that, but the phone was undamaged and screen was fine. There was no problem at all. I dropped it on a hard surface as well, which is even worse, but the phone was undamaged. These are fantastic cases. I would really recommend you get these. I got these from eBay for about 50 cents, so 2 cases for $1 is fantastic bargain. You should really get that. Just open this up like that, and here you go. 2 cases side by side, essentially the same thing. This is a bit tighter, and this is mainly my travel case, so I use this when I'm traveling to and from university. This one is mainly as an alarm clock or if I'm watching lectures. Well, I say lectures, it's mainly YouTube videos of cats, but you know what I mean, right? Anyway, Zaim Siddiqui, over and out.